What is going on, Roland Empire here, guys? To give you a video, just wanted to do a WandaVision episode 3 review. Yeah, depending how eventually this goes up, it was like, yeah, better late than never in that kind of sense. And yes, after the first two episodes, it was nice to see now, and they kind of alluded that with this third one, we're gonna start getting some color now. As you already know, that this show has catered a lot on the story of how the shows that it's trying to imitate. But I've told you, I've liked the story. I liked how it has it had a plot for it, and I liked it. Okay, it wasn't anything new, but it still was fun and entertaining. But still, knowing how you can kind of predict certain things, you know that there's still going to be cracks. There's going to be revelation eventually. And the first two episodes didn't give a lot, but they gave enough that okay, so you can kind of see what a pattern, a rhythm is going to be for all this. And so there's stuff like, what is episode 3 going to be about, and still, like, there's many things. What's the story that it's being contained going to be about, and what more are we going to get from the real supposed world? So with this one, it centers more on Wanda and Vision having kids and all, and that's kind of what the plot mostly centers on. And it's interesting because within all that, there's a lot of comedy. There's a lot of still kind of suspense going on for them. And if you know now how much of a subtlety things can be, you kind of maybe kind of interpret, did this mean that? Did that mean this? Stuff like that. And and from what I really liked, especially what I've seen now so far, is I like what WandaVision, the actors, how they can act these characters. I know it's because of a certain reason, like the reason of why they're acting the way they are, but this gives them enough of acting chops, of a range to see them, do more. So I really am appreciating that too of the show. And like again, I have my sort of nostalgia for syndication of these kinds of shows. So for me, it isn't as jarring, and I understand the vision of what we're getting with this. But it's just you have to be really committed to Marvel to be like, I'm gonna continue on with this. I'm not just you don't care, and I understand you really don't care. I care enough that I want to see how this goes, and like I've said, I know how the plan for Disney Plus is, and how they end up always paying off. So I want to see if that works for this. So again, so it's a bunch of them just having their kid, and then having their neighbors come in and see what's going on, and trying to hide the fact, what's going on with the main family, and how they're trying to keep that to a minimus of relaxation, keep it chill and all. And I will say with that, the plot for this one maybe might have been my least favorite. It's interesting. It might have been my least favorite, but I get it. I get what they were trying to tell, but I feel like it was too much of that. But then also to factor that in, this is the one that gave you the most revelation. You're like, okay, this is what you're on board. And I kind of get why critics got like a 3-part episode of a taste, and that would have been funny if the casual audience would have got that too. But you can see how it kind of builds up for 3 act structures, like what we're going from here. So now you really want to see, like, okay, what's going to be episode 4's story dedicated, and when it's the real story, what's going to be layered with that too. But yeah, a lot of this episode really was centered on the same thing of what keeps going on and on. And it was fun, and I still enjoyed it, but I'm like, come on, we got to get more. And it wasn't until their neighbor went in, and then Vision was able to talk to the other ones outside, that kind of started adding more of like, oh snap, what's going on? Why are they all worried, and why are they questioning if the neighbor went in and all? And then we started getting real relations, and realizing like, okay, Pietro, that was nice. That was nice that the first time Pietro's mention is in the show. That's I like that. It's canon. You got to, when you can, represent. And so it was a nice way that built suspense and all. And you get Wanda, you get a sense of realism with Wanda, and just Vision just kind of getting his idea of like, geez. So especially for those two actors, the two actors really do a good job selling just what the stakes are, no matter how much they're not aware or they are aware. But then after that, when what goes on, we get a glimpse of the real world. You kind of seen this in trailers. You see them in trailers if you look closely, but you see the officers and everybody, the security, everybody, army, everything, just get close to that one neighbor that got sent out back to the real world, and you're like, okay. And what I was looking was like to see, how's this going on, and I might have an idea, but still, it's very fast. It's very fast. But I wanted to see where is this taking place. But no, we got just more of a some kind of like a camp location, like a closed off set of just military and security force and whatever you call it. All those, so it leaves you wanting more, and I really hope it delivers. I really hope the episodes do continue building up this pace. It's Marvel. Marvel always does good in that kind of way, but at least with this episode, it left you enough, for more. Like, definitely you want to see what goes on, definitely, for this. And yeah, but still, as an overall judgment, I really want to see how it is again with the show. I know, yeah, it's like it's always feel like it's a cop out, right? It's a cop out in a sense, but the show, when you see it as a potential full length, you'll maybe understand why everything was presented the way it was. As for this episode, it could have been better. It really could have been better, but it still was enjoyable. It was really enjoyable to see just where it leads. Where it definitely leads. So guys, let me know if you guys weren't really a fan of this episode, or if you were a fan of the episode. Give me your reasons. Reasons, explanations. Again, these are always my thoughts and opinions. I enjoyed it. It could have been better. It definitely could have been better. So, all this in the comments below. And as always, Rolling Empire, laugh, smile, repeat.